I'm back with another album review. Today's review is going to be interesting because I'm going to be reviewing Wolves from Rise Against. This is the 8th studio album from Rise Against, and this happens to be their anti-Trump album. This album was recorded at Rock Falcon Studio in Nashville, Tennessee. Now, the reason why it was recorded there is because Nashville has a large pro-Trump population, and this is the first Rise Against album since 2004's Siren Song of the Counterculture that was not produced by the duo of Bill Stevenson and Jason Livermore. Instead, it's produced by Nick Res. It's produced by Nick Skolinix. Yeah, I think that's who it is. He was a record producer from Knoxville, Tennessee, and resides in Nashville. This album was released on June 9th, 2017. It's also the first Rise Against album to be released under Virgin Records. So, this album even debuted at number 9 on the Billboard 200. When Rise Against were on tour in 2017, they were promoting this album. And I was even fortunate enough to see them in concert for the third time. On the night of June 22nd, 2017. They played three of the songs from this album at that concert: Wolves, Welcome to the Breakdown, and The Violence. Rise Against were actually touring with Deftones in 2017, but I'll get to that at a later date. Now on to how this album came to be. Now, after the success of their 2014 album, The Black Market, Rise Against were intentionally struggling to find a direction for their next album. When the 2016 U.S. presidential election happened, they decided to go forward and make an anti-Trump album. However, this isn't the only anti-Trump album that was released in 2017. There was also Concrete and Gold from Foo Fighters, as well as Prophets of Rage's self-titled debut album. Now, there's also Mind Trump by MDC, but I don't have that album, nor do I have any other albums by MDC at this time. Anyways, Rise Against decided to record Wolves in Nashville because, as I previously stated, it has a large pro-Trump population. They wanted to get outside of Chicago, which has a mostly liberal population. Rise Against were also aware of the people who fell for Trump and were conned by him. The original title of this album is going to be Morning in America. After the 2016 U.S. presidential election, Tim McIlrath said, "Fuck that, fuck grieving." This later resulted in the album title being changed to Wolves. Tim also stated that the title means that, quote, being wolves at the gate, being angry at authority, being angry at the direction of this country and the world, and fighting back. We are the wolves, and the wolves are the good guys in the narrative. We're taking back control. I gotta say that he has a really good point right there. It's also the meaning of the song called Wolves, which is the first song on this album. This album was met with mostly positive reviews, and rightfully so. Besides, it has a 76 out of 100 on Metacritic. The Violence was the first song to get released as a single. The single was released on April 20th, 2017, just over a month before the release of the album. The song was inspired by the 2016 U.S. presidential election cycle. Tim McIlrath even stated that, quote, whether violence is the inevitability of the human condition, or whether it's a choice we make, and therefore can reject. House on Fire was the second song to get released as a single, and the single was released on January 9th, 2018. Tim McIlrath said that the song sounds like a love song, but it's actually about the perils of fatherhood. The song also has more of a personal message to it. Also has some political messages to it. Same with Politics of Love. Welcome to the Breakdown is what Tim McIlrath stated about what it's like to be an American in 2017. Far From Perfect is about the imperfections of America. Bullshit is about the bullshit that Donald Trump is constantly spewing, whether it's his opposition against the LGBT community, his support for white nationalists, and even him being a climate change denier. Parts Per Million is about pollution. Even sounds like it refers to the water in Flint, Michigan, which is contaminated with lead. And speaking of which, Foo Fighters actually made a song called "Dirty Water" on Concrete and Gold, which also talks about the water in Flint. But I'll talk about this album in a later video. Morning in America is about the people who were protesting against Donald Trump winning the presidential election in 2016. And where I already stated that Morning in America was originally going to be the title of this album. Miracle serves as the grand finale for this album, and it's about Donald Trump's inevitable removal from office. There are also 2 bonus tracks that were released on the Best Buy version of the song called Megaphone and Broadcast Signal Frequency. These songs are pretty much a callback to the fast-paced sound of the first 2 albums from Rise Against, due to them being fast-paced hardcore punk songs. Unfortunately, those songs are not on this version of the album, because I bought this from Target about a week before seeing Rise Against for the 3rd time in concert. Fortunately, those 2 songs were released as singles. Overall, I really enjoyed this album. It has very strong messages behind it. Not only is this a great album, I personally think it's the best album that Rise Against have made so far. I strongly recommend buying this album and listening to it, especially if you're a fan of Rise Against, and if you too are anti-Trump. That's all I have to say on this album. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to see more. I'll be back this Wednesday with another album review, so look out for that.